It's like more of those like you're setting tempo in the sense that like you're a carry that's like really hard to kill, so your laning stage is good. And then in those early skirmishes, you're also still hard to kill and you're doing an okay amount of damage, but you don't like close games out with like abyssal type stuff usually, unless they have like weak
10
disables.
seconds
So
remaining.
it's like kind of situational
Radiant
is the way that I
team
look at
ban.
it.
Okay, I kind of like that. I think the idea of the like some of the safe lane Omni-Knight that we've seen where he goes the Radiance, I could see that being applicable just depending on what the meta is. Just depending on basically if that same Omni-Knight abaddon safe lane carry that we saw from like, you know, K1 Hector. If that's viable in the meta, then why not this new Omni-Knight with his shard?
Didn't work out, obviously, for OG last time around, but there were also other issues during that game. We do have a draft in front of us. They are tagged up as MUDGOLEMS, but as you know, it is now Tundra Esports. Hopefully, we'll be able to change the team names from both High Coast and Tundra Esports in the match ticker soon, so that the orgs get the proper exposure they deserve for picking up these squads.
Yes, Kyle?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, it's maybe.
Maybe what?
Just I think Thursday's a work day, so.
Oh, Thursday. Get it. Okay.
The Nyx first pick from MUDGOLEMS versus as well the Earth Spirit from OG. I actually just think Earth Spirit matches up way better against Nyx than people gave credit for at first. You have multiple disables. It's easy to catch him out of invis before the Carapace. And I'm just saying, it could be a Tops and or sub Earth Spirit.
I think that's an advantage that MUDGOLEMS also has. So I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't opt for Earth Spirit as the go-to hero. The advantage, OG has a slightly better advantage though, because they can also do Tops and Morphling, and he can turn into the Earth Spirit, which we've seen that be quite the terror. Meanwhile, MUDGOLEMS, I haven't seen them do that. All I've seen is obviously Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it's because they banned out OG banned out bad.
Radiant team
so the Nyx loses value. Darkseer into Nyx though, that is a little odd. It is very difficult to play DS against Nyx. You can get Carapaced by just shielding anybody, and the mana burn starts to hit real hard later in the game.
I feel like it's a decent matchup against like Grimstroke 5 though, and maybe that's why OG's comfortable picking this right now, just because against certain carries it can be iffy, but it's not that difficult to dodge Grimstroke, Stroke of Fate, so I feel like Darkseer himself won't be quite as pressured as normal. And obviously it's a strong dual lane, so.
Radiant team
Any chance 9 is practiced, the Tops in Grimstroke?
I think we have seen him play it before, if I'm not mistaken. At least I feel like I've seen him play pub with it, so yeah, I think it leaves both drafts pretty flexible right now.
Pugna looks real nice for MUDGOLEMS as well. Later on.
10 seconds
remaining.
remaining.
Saw that at TI from OG's side, but I'm a huge fan of the
5 seconds remaining.
The Rend plus the Decrep on 2.
So a lot of flexibilities with both of these openings, meaning we should hopefully be able to read something in the bans coming out, because both of these teams
10 seconds
remaining.
remaining.
They just should fully focus on themselves, right? That's all you can do when you have
5 seconds
these openings,
remaining.
really.
Yeah, OG's is a bit confusing to me though, because you know, in my head, this is most likely your 3 and your 4, your offlane, but I don't typically see OG do that. And assuming Earth Spirit can core, that could even be a Darkseer for Soxa. So you could be picking an offlaner for all we know. I think that's very unlikely, but like that's what makes draft against OG so tough.
Radiant
what do you think about OG? Because I think it's a really good Rubik game. Them drafting up Rubik, which then gives you the flexibility. One of them is 2 and one of them is 4, and you actually don't know which until. I always like Rubik against Nyx, and Grimstroke is like an incredibly good steal most of the time.
That's true. I wouldn't mind
10
it for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
Something we should also keep our eyes out for is obviously the Nature's
5
Prophet,
seconds
still
remaining.
in the pool, and a hero that
OG's turn
we've seen
to
also
ban.
be very flexible and very successful as well.
Yeah, MUDGOLEMS drafted a lot of them.
Not in the series that they played so far, but OG played it once, and we saw Alliance be super successful in it in the one game that they did win.
I'm a huge fan of Earth Spirit and Furion as well.
10 seconds
just because
remaining.
it's that concept of high reach and a global hero. So, you know,
5 seconds
you have some
remaining.
lane, Earth Spirit rolls in, a TP comes in, Furion ult, and somebody's just rocked. There's no time to
pick. Radiant team
I'm surprised they
pick.
banned Ursa. I thought OG might even pick it, but they opt for the Jug instead. Really good synergy with the Darks here. It's kind of self-explanatory. And Nyx, Grimstroke really don't do much against him.
It's really good against Grimstroke Nyx. I mean, it's kind of nice for them that they could just show Darkseer like this, and then their opponents feel like,
10
all right, ban out
seconds
all the good
remaining.
Iron Shell heroes that are cores, you know? But I feel like there's still so many good heroes left. Like, there's a
5
ton of melee
seconds
heroes that are
remaining.
decent, so... And they still got one that works well, so it feels like just a nice advantage there.
Mm-hmm. For the first time, we see Tundra go into their bonus time now as well.
So what are some cores that do well against Juggernaut that have some sort of piercing disable? There's Puck still out there, Bloodseeker's out there. Don't think you're doing
PA core.
Portos.
Yeah.
PA, okay.
What's funny is like a lot of them got banned out by MUDGOLEMS.
Yeah.
And OG banned Ursa for that same reason. You could go for something like a Weaver, but I just don't know. Then your draft's just so squishy.
Yeah, I never feel
Teamfight's
good
limited.
about Weaver, right? It's not a
Yeah.
convincing hero to me.
I don't like it against
OG's
Earth Spirit
turn
either. It's
to
just a little
pick.
dangerous.
Bloodseeker it is.
Yeah, it's really good against the Darkseer.
And you've got a nice combo with Grimstroke that we've seen a couple of times now.
Yep.
So
Radiant
And
team
again,
pick.
it is once more flexible. Ooh, hero that we've seen be very successful in some other regions. Witch Doctor coming out.
It's one of the strongest laning fives. Great damage, great attack animation, easy setup stun for the Jug. Rubik, Cap's point, still's nice, but I think
10
that they just want to
seconds
make sure
remaining.
that their Jug has a free laning phase, especially if it's a Bloodseeker offlane, which is likely.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
you kind of need a strong 5, because if you can't kill him, you're going to have issues.
yeah, I don't know how you pressure Juggernaut Witch Doctor lane. Like between the combination of him going Magic Immune and having Voodoo Restoration, really great defense. On top of that, Maledict plus Spin is a kill on a lot of heroes. So dangerous lane.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind of losing faith in Bloodseeker as a hero the last couple series. Like, if he feels like if he doesn't win his lane as an off lane or like stabilize really well, that you get put in a really dangerous spot. But maybe that's just because we've watched some one-sided matches the last couple sets that he's been played. But when Nigma plays him, for example, Mind Control almost consistently like gets more last hits and lanes better than the enemy carry does and makes it look really good. But if you don't have lane control and you're not getting those thirst heals, the hero just falls off really quick, I feel.
I've also noticed some lineups just straight up like don't take enough initiation with Bloodseeker. I think it's super unreliable just to be like, okay, we're gonna rupture a guy and run at them. Like when they don't have one of those like Puck
Radiant
Bat
team
Rider
back.
type mids that starts fighting for you, I'm kind of unhappy.
You guys were talking, that was what I wanted to see, the Death
Okay.
Prophet.
Well, to be fair, you've been calling Death Prophet for like 90.
Yeah,
I know.
you say it for every. At
But
some
it's
point,
so
you've
good.
got to be
Yeah?
correct.
So this was something we used to do back in Complexity because Limp we
10
would always leave Limp on
seconds
an island
remaining.
for some reason, and he would get roamed on constantly, and he loved to play DP against
5
Earth Spirit
seconds
because
remaining.
you're so good at anti-ganking. Like, you can't really kill a Death Prophet with a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition, in this game, the silence is super effective, and you have a natural escape for the Omni Slash. You give tower pressure, you can get buffed up by the Bloodseeker. Drain does work with Grimstroke Ultimate as well. It's just the perfect pick. And sustain damage. Like, this hero just does everything.
OG's turn to
I wouldn't say
ban.
perfect pick. They have no save mechanism for a Death Prophet. I don't like that. Like you will set Omni Slash for a certain amount of time, but you don't have something that fully stops the pressure on Death.
Yes,
I don't like that.
there's still chance.
Radiant team
Still one
ban.
pick to go. Brewmaster actually is the ban coming out from OG, and we got a sniper ban.
That was a very good ban.
The sniper.
Yeah, it is the counter to DP. You don't really have much reach for him. And if you look at the OG lineup, like, they're going to go fully in. It's very easy to play sniper.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
Thompson
Turn
Sniper
to
is the real
ban.
deal. Are they banning Invoker? Yep, of course you are. You got to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I would have loved to watch Sniper get played. Said.
And OG have last pick, so it'll be whatever Thompson wants, unless it's an Earth Spirit mid, which is still possible, but I
I
don't
mean,
know.
then it would
10
also be what
seconds
Thompson wants.
remaining.
It's basically coming
Yeah.
down to Thompson. What do you want to play? Earth Spirit is in the
5
rotation
seconds
as well.
remaining.
So
Oh, you
take
know
your
what's really good here? Visage.
why?
As soon as you hit 6, Death Prophet can't play the lane. It's very tanky. It's tough for Bloodseeker to deal with you because you can run away with Rupture and it doesn't take off Gravekeeper close stacks. So then you can just stand still at a point. It's an int hero, but Nyx doesn't really do much to him. You don't care about getting leashed by Grimstroke. And there's a lot of synergy when you consider Jug has Healing Ward. Darkseer is going to get all the support items. This gives you tower damage, raw physical damage, and a frontliner all in one.
I'd be kind of down with it. I think the break mechanic's the only thing you're kind of scared of. I would actually like Mudgolems to put this Bloodseeker safe lane and give us some sort of save mechanism out of their offlaner. Whether it's the traditional ones, maybe they go, I don't know how OD is for this game,
turn
but
to pick.
Imba Spirit.
ban Omni type heroes. They don't though. They're gonna stick with the Bloodseeker 3, which I
like
know.
it better than carry at least. I think carry Bloodseeker just feels too slow.
Ember's also, we saw this in
10
the last game.
seconds remaining.
Even KZ messaged me like, you picked Darkseer
5 seconds
column.
remaining.
It just doesn't work. Ember loves playing against Darkseer. He'll just farm under tower, go this like chains build, kill you. Visage no longer as good, but it's still pretty good. You definitely need some physical damage from the side of OG. You're not going to get a catch advantage. I could see them going for a Shadow Fiend as well. It's actually a pretty free SF game. You have excellent laning matchups.
What about like Void Spirit or something like that? That's still in the pool.
Against Grimstroke and the Silent, like there's too
I don't
much
like Death
disable.
Prophets, yeah.
You need something more formidable, and I think you'd prefer a ranged damage dealer. You already have 3 melee.
But that's one more Iron Shell, Kyle. Why not just pick more melee heroes?
What is the potential for the Earth Spirit mid here? How are the Earth Spirit mid matchups?
It's less. I think you need a more value hero is
Okay.
all, because like I don't see what offlaner, or rather 4 position, feels good. Like that changes the game enough. You know, it's not like you can pick some ET last pick.
They pick
You may
Klink.
now
Wow.
select your heroes.
That's been a while.
Okay.
All right, Purge, give us
That's
the
cool.
rundown. You like it? You don't like it?
I like it because it gives them something that can actually gank on the map outside of like Earth Spirit setups, basically. You know, it's a lot of physical damage. Death Prophet is a little bit weak to that, and he's fast, so as long as he doesn't get ruptured or like slight chains out of position, a lot done, I think. So I think it's a good idea here. Yeah.
It's gonna beat the Ember Spirit in lane, right?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty rough. Seeing these Clinks, I don't know how to feel about Clinks, but sometimes I feel like he's overwhelmingly powerful stats that he gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have to keep in mind that the DP will be the offlaner
10
and Bloodseeker will be the
seconds
safe
remaining.
laner. So, see how that goes. Kyle, what do you reckon?
I like
5
it. It
seconds
fills the
remaining.
same role. Like I'm thinking Visage Clinks kind of does the same role, but better. It's like more physical damage. You are invis. You can play better around your Earth Spirit, and you're a little faster. You know, Visage needs a lot of time, and you're more creep focused. But a Clinks with just Deso BKB at a point, like you kill everything. I think the new Ags is something we'll see Thompson pick up, and yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I like the Death Prophet off lane. These Death Prophets in non-2 positions. I like it when they can really pressure the lane. I don't think you quite do that against this Juggernaut Witch Doctor lane, so I'm not in love with that either. Sticking with OG.
All right. Well, let's see how they do here in game 1 of this best of 3 series. It is time to head over to our commentary duo of OD Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, game 1 ready to go between Tundra and OG. Fogged, we're ending the draft here with the Tops and Clinks. I mean, what's sort of your thoughts on this hero at the moment?
Unsure. I've not been seeing it too often. I saw it very frequently when it first got changed, and I think it got nerfed a little bit, right? When it first got added with the very ridiculous skeletons. Maybe it did get. Oh yeah, the talent got changed. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You could summon too many skeletons. I think it was that people were complaining about in particular pubs. I mean, very good single target focus. I think that's what they're looking at, and also just a thing that synergizes with the jug to push buildings. It's different. Curious to see what build he does go for. If he does look for getting just, I think that BKB Deso Shard doesn't sound too bad, something along those lines. But we'll see what
Prepare
Thompson's
for
feel of it
battle.
is.
Yeah, I mean, sort of overall from both of the drafts, do you sort of like what's going on from both teams, or do you see sort of any holes in either of the sides here?
I'm worried. I'm a little worried just because these Bloodseekers, I feel like they've been falling a little flat for me in a lot of these games when they are these, they're the offlaners. Oh, Saksa, he's gonna get scouted doing the rolling ward place. That's gonna get de-warded almost instantly. That to the Ember, who is going to be mid. That is a offlane Death Prophet. And it is actually the safe lane Bloodseekers, a little bit different. You know, the panel was talking about it was off lane. They've switched things up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and what sort of reasoning is this for? Is this a certain matchup that they're trying to get going?
I guess they feel that the
30 seconds to battle.
Because it's
'cause,
not
like,
going to
the
be
Ember
easy
safe
for
lane is decent too. I think
Yeah.
it's in particular kind of similar. The Ember and the Bloodseeker idea, the concept of it is that they can both just be fine under the tower.
Yeah.
Darkseer's pushing it in. Huh. And I guess, I mean, who else are you going to throw into the off lane? I guess like they wanted to have a Bloodseeker carry rather than like a Death Prop. It's
No, so yeah, to the point, what as you said, you just wouldn't feel good having the
The
Ember on the
battle
top lane, so you have
begins.
to put the Ember then mid, but then that does lead the
Exactly,
problem
right?
of, you know, you're against Thompson on the Clinks, and, you know, as Cap said on the panel, right, this is not a fun matchup for the Ember.
yeah, I don't know. They had to kind of make something work with it, and they did want to have, I guess, some kill threat and stuff down bottom. I'm not sure. This is actually really interesting.
Even
They
a
have done this
master
before. We've seen this a bit
falters.
in the past. Death Prophet off lane now, but I feel like you're kind of susceptible. Even though you're a little bit speedier now, you're 335 hero up top. Like, this looks like a scary lane. Like Jug should be threatening kills kind of constantly up here, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Comboed with the Witch Doctor, we know once no tell. Got a point or two in the Maledicts. That and the Blade Fury will an easy kill every time on Tobias Nick's Assassin. And yeah, they've got the movement speed advantage on the Jug, but 33 has to be very, very careful. No amount of Siphon will offset the damage that he's going to get coming in from that combo.
Yeah. This is cool though. I'm trying to like think of like, I guess it's just because Skeeter can actually do the best in bottom too. I'm trying to really think about why
So,
they would want to have
well, against this
setup.
because it's quite a powerful duo lane, right? This Earth Spirit Darkseer. You know, once there's a few points in the Iron Shell, they're going to be playing aggressive in your face.
Yeah, but with Grimstroke and Bloodright, right, they can spam the wave out so hard that they probably don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But they could have also put Death Prophet there, but then maybe, I don't know. This is just probably the best lane that they figured they could have it all set up as, because it's kind of hurt the Ember a bit here, but I think I think he'll be able to get last hits anyway. Even though he's going to get pushed out a bit, he'll be able to farm under tower as a sim.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll see sort of how hard it is going to be, you know, once Thompson, you know, already sort of just having 2 points to the steering arrows. It's just this consistent harass that top no struggle throwing out towards him.
It is so much damage really that
Yeah.
Steering Arrows does now at level 1 and 2. Like 24, 36, like 9 is already getting pressured. And he's got the strafe ready, so he can catch him off guard if 9 doesn't play careful.
No, but as you say, the first few waves, 9 doing a grand job
Okay.
of getting, you know, trading CS very nicely. 12 last hits on him. He missed any. And how are we looking on our side lane? Looks like Skeeter, he's farming fine bottom. Up top as well. I mean, I guess as it was sit on this top half of the map. Against these two, mid one shouldn't really get any pressure on him, right? This should be a pretty free farm jog lane.
Yeah, it should be for the most part. It depends on what happens with like the creep pulling and everything like that. But yeah, we're seeing mid one. He's chasing away the Nyx to the. He doesn't disrupt the pull, and they're trying to reset that lane. Yeah, I mean, mid one should be just fine up here. It's just if they're able to find any kills, is they are kind of speedy. And do I see that right? Yeah, 33 is bringing boots out, so that's what they're going to use to prevent them getting spun down. Boots on both of these heroes.
The next label, please.
No, no tell. Slowly with the Maledict. Be able to step away. As he's Skeeter get aggressive onto Saxa. As soon as the blood rights down. Be out of there.
Yeah, solid lane start here for, I'm going to say Tundra, even though, you know, just everyone remember, this is now Tundra.
This is now Tundra.
New team.
Tundra Esports.
Yeah, it's a great start. All 3 lanes pretty much perfect. So this setup right now is working. And I'm seeing bottom. Yeah, they can't pressure Skeeter at all. Like, this is definitely the right choice by them to have this. It's still early days, right? The level 3, the Darkseer has just kicked in, but still he's able to just do just fine. Bottom might have to be a little bit careful if he steps up, depending on how much they get with these iron shells. The vacuum is skilled.
Top.
Coming through.
3. Trying to get aggressive. But here we have the combo. Maledict down. With the Blade Fury, he's going to have to siphon the Creeper just to try and get some extra heals. To help him against that Maledict tick damage. And it will keep him alive.
Yeah, that was nice. Nice little siphon, pulling the creep with him. And he's actually, I think there's, maybe one's missing quite a bit of last hits up. It's only a 13 in comparison to 16 of his Death Prophet on its counter.
Oh, that's true, actually, yeah. mean, as we saw, a bit of time was spent where he's sort of chasing away Viper from making the pull to the side, but sacrificing some of the farm. They're going to go aggressive once more. But Viper holds him back a little bit. Won't be enough, though. Mid1 still able to commit him with the Blade Fury onto 33. 33 will go down there. Assassinate. He's able to bring no tail with him, so OG decided to get that first blood.
Finally able to find and capitalize on an opportunity. Being mid, Topson was able to go and check the rune. Actually, nobody else checked the runes. It was actually just the mids this time around. Topson's able to take it away from 9. And he's getting close to 6. So we'll see what he's able to do with the first level of Death Pact. Because the first level is not really the greatest.
Bottom. Trying to make sure that the 7 seconds can go upon him. They're going to start trying to run the down. Of course, Topson is
Radiant's
low.
bottom tower is under attack.
Burst at this stage, but not enough to keep him convinced to continue to chase. Control of the bounty is down bottom. Topson salve shipped out to him.
What surge is this?
Himself in a much better position to remain in this lane, and as we see, of course, Topson getting the foul. Very much an item that's suited to a lot of these types of mids that just do, especially with that little bit of mana regen, allowing Topson to not really have to worry about getting any sort of clarities or anything out on him when he's spamming these arrows.
I like it quite a bit on these
Dire's
frail,
top
edgy
tower
heroes. Like
is
you've got
under
the
attack.
Deuces, the Weavers, now Clinks. You know, it gives you that 175 HP is nothing to laugh about. It's actually quite a lot here for these edges. So, yeah, he's pulling ahead. Definitely pulling ahead in that lane. And we see Seb, he did pick up the bottle, as we've seen kind of done very often now in these Dark Seers, since you control that bottom rune. Still only level 4, suffering. Same as 33 is.
9. Gonna be able to grab himself the regen. Or down and top lane. They're able to get in on top of no tail. Viper is going to TP out straight away, and that mid lane setup. Swinging across, joining forces with 9 to take down top.
The rune of regeneration.
Very, very nice move. I mean, 9's, this is sort of the start of the game for 9's going to be very important, because as you imagine, Topson himself, he's going to want to start making moves around the map as the Clinks. As long as 9's sort of in a similar position in levels and farm, 9's going to be very ready to react and sort of just fight straight back into the face of
Dire's
Topson
middle tower
if he
is under
does begin
attack.
to show on these side lanes.
Yeah, and Clinks can always be pretty frail. You have to play around your Death Pact cooldown completely inside of those fights.
Top lane, attempt onto 33 again. The Siphon heals. Is it enough to keep him alive against this wig?
I will not
One has the Omni Slash to secure the deal. Make sure 33 cannot escape. Bottom lane, Fodder and Skeeter. They're going to make a go here. On to Seb. He has got a TP scroll, but yeah, he knows he cannot get out of this one. Too much damage there thanks to the combo to set up for the Blood Right. Tundra getting some good kills here early on with their cores on pretty much every lane.
Yeah, and I feel like the Rupture in particular, this game could have some massive effects because they have the Grimstroke too. They have potential for the double Ruptures, but they're playing versus some heroes that do require some mobility in their aspect. The Dark Seer, the Earth Spirit, the Clinks in particular. Some nice targets for sure.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's been an aesthetic.
Doing some nice little body blocks. Mid1 trying to get an aggressive onto 33. Healing ward also down, so Mid1 will be fine. Damage has been done to secure 33. Popping. Again, this damage and stacks of this time around, coming in for that extra bit of firepower to make sure that 33
Radiant's
is not
middle
able to live
tower
through it
is
all
under attack.
and chase down Mid1. South out as well. Mid1's fine.
He didn't bring Mid1's Midas on the courier when he TP'd up, because Mid1 went Midas on Jug.
Oh, damn. I mean, 8-minute Midas, you're going to be happy with that timing. It's not a bad timing at all. I mean, we saw the other day, Mid1, just straying a little bit from the norm with the builds. I mean, not that Midas is incredibly rare, but it's not something that sort of, this upper division teams are going to be buying every game on their Juggernaut. Always fun to see, Mid1, he's feeling the greed route, and no, but I'm always happy to see that.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to use the Midas right away on a big creep. So, okay, cool. I mean, clearly he's trying to experiment a little.
Yeah, because we saw before what did he do before? He did Mage Slayer into Aghanim's was the build he did on Jug the other series.
It was indeed. Fada making the rotation mid. Smoke does break. Topson's Death Pact, just ends.
There's a reaction here from OG. They're going to go across. Ink's first done does connect onto the two of them, but there's 4 members of OG here. 9 Having to be a little cautious, keeps himself to
Dire's
side.
bottom
They'll try
tower
to chase
is
the ball
under
farther.
attack.
As looks like OG won't actually be able to catch either of them there. Not losing a hero. They'll keep their mid alive, keep Thompson safe, but won't quite be able to catch even members of Tundra there.
That might be the name of the game a lot of the times in this game too, is just unable to really catch. A lot of this catching is really going to be pressure on Soxa. As we see, you know, he's playing versus this elusive Ember. They only have the Witch Doctor stun beside him, really, with the Dark vacuum, which doesn't really count. The
Dire
Knight will get cast up. No-Tail will at least force his hand.
Has he got any way out? No, I'm interested to see what Midway's going to buy after this Midas, because you see this
Dire's
eventually,
middle
like the brown
tower
boots,
is under
Midas,
attack.
triple branches. I wonder, is he going to go for something like a bots or a Battle Fury? I hope so. That's the
Comforting rune of regeneration.
We'll see if that's on the mind of Midway. See if he knows.
I'm thinking he's gonna do something crazy.
I feel so right. When you see nothing queued up, you know, because you don't queue something up if you don't want your teammates to know what you're gonna buy. You know what I mean? He knows in his head, I'm gonna buy this item, but I don't want my teammates to know.
He's got the bots queued up, man.
Has he got the? He's got Midas spots. This is the Ben Wu, right? The Merlini build.
This is the Merlini build. Oh, I mean, whatever. I think it was what No-Tail was the one who was saying, or who was the one? One of them on their team. If you're trying to learn anything, don't learn from us, because they're
Midas spots coming to a pub near you. Let's see if this
and I've seen
rebuild
Topton
pays
building
off.
this item on heroes in pubs.
Yeah.
He's building the Mage Slayer on the Quinks.
I mean, it's a good item. It's a good item. You know, you think, oh, it's just some. I think so too. Some. It's what, magic resist, agi, damage, a debuff, all for the great price of not a lot of money. Really, it's not that expensive an
Radiant's
item
bottom
if you sort of
tower is
consider
under attack.
just all the different things that it does offer.
The thing is that it has a cloak in it. Like it's all like a cloak is like the most valuable item in the game. It's toxic.
There we go. They are able to close the gap in. The setup's there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My God, they even threw everything on.
Wait, did they rupture him as well?
Too.
Oh, right. They really didn't want him getting out.
Dire's middle
he's
tower
dead.
is under
We
attack.
can confirm.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yep, goes out. Same time,
Radiant's
OG
bottom
goes
tower
push down
is under
bottom.
attack.
One eyeing up his tower. He knows he gets this. That's going to be the bot skull done. 9. He's in looking for that
Dire's
healing
middle
ward.
tower
We'll get
has
it.
fallen.
Try and go in up
Dire's
onto him.
top tower is under attack.
Therefore down, but 9. He's prepared. Remnant back to the mid lane.
Radiant's
away.
bottom tower
Out
is
of
under
danger.
attack.
Yeah.
Get themselves a nice easy tower. And 33, he's also gone for a Falcon, but I'm not sure if you pointed that one out.
No, I didn't actually.
Lots of them.
Yeah, Falcon played definitely on the up right now.
Radiant's
Midway
bottom
doesn't
tower
spot stun.
has fallen.
So we can only imagine where he's going to go next. Midas spots Battle Fury. Midas spots Battle Fury. That's the build. He probably. I think he's going to be a little. I think he's going to get the Manta next, right?
I think he's
against
gonna
this
get,
sort of
Radiance
lineup
or something, dude.
No, he's not going to get Radiance. He's not doing Radiance.
Mid one's insane.
I think Battle Fury's definitely on the cards.
All right, I mean, I'm trusting you. This looks like one of your builds.
Well, 6-4 at the moment. 1k lead for Tundra ahead.
Dire's
Tundra
top
there.
tower
They're
is
ready to
under
fight here
attack.
inside their jungle. They're going to look to set things up on the Earth Spirit. They've got
I'll be back to finish this later.
Attacker will go down to start. A little bit of a move. Mid one's out of there. Straight out to the top lane. He's out of harm's way. I mean, he's got a Midas box. He doesn't want to be involved in any of this.
Dire's top tower
But he's involved
has
in
been
the deny.
denied.
You know, there you go. It's already value. He finishes up his. Now he gets a wand too. Look at that. Started something beautiful. Oh, he's queued it up. He's queued up the mouse.
The mouse.
All right.
All right. I mean,
It's
this
going more normal now.
more normal, but it's one of the. It's sort of the. You know, he's saying, you know what, we'll get a normal line, but it's still good for farming, right? You know, this is. He's still happy. He's like, all right, look, I'll keep everyone else pleased by getting something that's standard, but he's still going to be having a smile on his face because he's going to be cleaning those creeps up. Quite the great.
Bottom lane.
I've got the opening onto No-Tail. He's down for sure. See if they can get Seb out of here, but he's been ruptured. Comes in, but didn't quite clip onto Seb.
And look, mid one can always turn up. He's like, oh, you're low? I got bots, man. I'll come down there and really ward you up, Seb. Looks like it's going to be a pretty passive style from OG, which I feel like they kind of have to now. build because the Jug, I think, at least waiting until Topson has his item or his level 12, because like I was talking about before, Death Pack level 1 it's okay. Level 2 just it's so much stronger. How you would that 8% is really a big difference. Or sorry, oh yeah, it is 8%. Sorry, I got nerfed from that. It's gonna be a little bit of time for OG before they look to actually fight. As we've seen, Tundra, they have a very strong team fight lineup, and with this 33 Death Prophet kind of leading the charge with this Ghost Scepter and a Falcon Blade, he's pretty tanky.
Yeah, he
can actually frontline.
Yeah, for sure. And if he's sort of able to get in there, they're going to have solid damage output from both Nine and Skeeter, you know, at this stage where they're both going to have Maelstroms. Nine's also got a DD in the bottle. So, yeah, we just got to be careful of any fight that Tundra do bring to them right now, because Tundra very likely to just come out on top and get some of these squishy heroes taken out before the action really starts. And No-Tail having to be very careful with his position.
Absolutely, and it's also it's the fairy trinket as well. So I think she got a crazy amount of damage. Fada will walk through the ward.
Gonna go in to take down Fada around these bounty rune spawns. Jump forward for Nine. Sees the X-Cross then on two of them. Heals her out from No-Tail. That's going to be enough to stop Nine from chasing any further. As soon as his food of restoration and healing ward is out, OG's pretty safe. And Nine, he's got to be careful. Slash is attempted by Midbomb, but a remnant was still there. Nine out of mana though, and Thompson and Sax are both in position for Nine to jump over straight into their hands. As Nine will get out another slice, but he won't get out of this one. As OG gets the 3 kills.
Wow, and I feel like that's pretty unexpected after you see the items that they're going for too. I was just saying, yeah, they're probably gonna sit back and just relax for like a moment or two, but nope, setting up for bounties. Look at the sentry coverage on the bottom side, just showing exactly where they want to fight, and just No-Tail setting the trap. Yep. No boots on this Witch Doctor, but he's got sentry.
No, yeah, I really do feel, you know, for Tundra, it's definitely a bit concerning if they're losing these fights against the team with the bots. Midas, Junk. He's going to be very, very happy in the trades that they take.
Yeah, the 2 supports just stepping up a little bit too far. Biver, I mean, it's really, like I said, it's a sentry coverage, because Biver wasn't even in harm's area, but a sentry ward gets placed down at the bounty when he gets rolled on and he's dead. Like, it's literally 4 or 5 sentries just placed all there, waiting to fight. 500 gold committed to get that advantageous position. And yeah, No-Tail, now he's
With the opening here, on to 33. Laying down the death wall, they do the impale to put a stop to it. Mid-one's on the chase with the Blade Fury. Here's the backup from Nine. Turns him for Slider Fist over towards No-Tail. No-Tail just stepping out to the side. Nine can't continue to commit. He has to back out of it. Silence onto Biver. Roll forward. Saxon trying to get the lockdown, but Biver's got the carapace up into the stun. They turn. They take down the Earth Spirit. Having running speedy. He's very fast. He may think about getting back in. Oh, there's Nine trying to. He's got the X-Force down in a second. He's got the Slider Fist from Midpoint. Has the Blade Fury up. Ties out on Skeeter, but Skeeter's cleaned up another. It's top and cold. Midpoint now in trouble. They'll lose a third. As Tundra, they're going to continue to chase. Soulbind connecting the 2 of them. Have they got any stuns in range there, despite carapace onto No-Tail?
Radiant's top tower
right
is
down.
under
No-Tail
attack.
trying to run. He's taken out by another slice from Nine. 4 dead on OG. This is the sort of fight you expect to see Tundra's
Radiant's
lineup
top
have
tower is under attack.
with the builds that they've gone for compared to OG that have gone the more greedier route.
Yeah, Sox's roll-in kind of baits his team into a very unfortunate scenario. 33, he pops Exorcism, gets a beautiful, I think 3 or 4-man silence to start it off. Then a Blood Right to cover the ground too is just dream area for Tundra to set that up. And yeah, again, OG, this time a little bit overzealous. Sox putting his team into a little bit of a rough spot there with that roll-in. But doesn't matter, respawn, OG, no hesitation. Now that Exorcism's down, now that the Ember used majority, 2 of the Fire Remnants at least, they can look to punch back. As Topson, he's got his Death Pack too. And oh, you know, why not? A Philosopher's Stone too, since they're gonna...
All right, and some more money. But, I mean, honestly, like OG, Midpoint's got to be very careful in these fights. Especially when he's going the Ags after Maelstrom, right? They don't have any saves other than the Surge. And there's a lot of things that you would imagine as Jug you're probably wanting to Manta off when you look at Tundra's lineup. So if Midpoint ever gets caught by like these silences or roots, he's going to be in quite a lot of trouble. So they really do have to be careful, OG, how they fight with Midpoint's Jug right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a very unorthodox, but it's very his style. It's like you said, if he's able to make it work somehow, he's going to be a little bit, like, I guess, tankier with his stats. But like, yeah, it's going to be weird how he has to approach the fight.
Meanwhile, on Tundra 9, going to be going for the BKB next, already about halfway through it. We see again 33's build pretty perfect. That just this sort of just getting as tanky as he can as soon as he can. You know, as we said already, the hood and the Ghost Scepter. Now looking to finish up with that hood into an Eternal Shroud. Yeah, he's going to be quite the front line. He's just going to be able to step forward, pop those ghosts, and they're really going to sort of focus all the physical damage output onto him. But then, yeah, the Ghost Scepter, they can't really do that. There's nothing to sort of take it off him right now. So, yeah, 33's offlane DP is going to be a huge issue in these team fights for OG.
Yeah, they're going to have to play really well around Exorcism. Either, you know, reset as soon as it's popped, or just aim for him somehow at the start of the fight. So I really feel like he's going to be the biggest thorn in their side. He has the Eternal Shroud actually done, so he's going to be very problematic.
Just like characters, he's making them work for it. Mask out. It does bounce in onto the two of them. Viver. Yeah, he's going to be gone because of that one, unfortunately. Viver there, 33 coming in next towards him. Trying to set things up with the soul line. 33 is ready to go. Look at the step forward on the high ground. He's going to keep himself to the side. We'll step away from it for now. Viver comes out from Fodder with a bombing snap from mid-one. Finds the perfect target. He's able to fully commit onto the Death Prophet. 33 after the Ghost Scepter have been used. And of course, 33 has no save then against that. This time round, Mid-one are able to find a clean opportunity to take down an important core.
It's pretty huge too, sure. OG, they committed actually everything. That was like an 8-second duration exorcism, the now 2-minute downtime where I feel like OG, they can take advantage of that pretty heavily. Really does feel like Tundra is relying on that. It's a great setup on Mid.
Have a follow-up. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Actually trying to come across. He's got a bit of burst heal there. And as Thompson's able to stand his ground and turn. In fact, Viver's going to fall. Couldn't quite kill him in time. As Thompson able to, of course, just quickly grab something up with the Death Pact and have that extra bit of tankiness to withstand that attempt from Tundra.
They're rupturing. Okay, he's got a BKB finish.
Oh, he's going to fully commit with the X-Well stun as well. They get the kill over to the side. They do lose the end of Mosquito. He's ready to look towards his next target. He's got Thompson target. Able to move into position. Block off the attempted roll away from Staxter. Mid-one coming across there. The cast bounces. Causing issues for Tundra as Mid-one. He's just cleaning up with the Blade Fury. Gets himself a few more out of this. Skeeter now with no BKB charge ready to pop. He's got to run. But Mid-one is Staxter on the chase with this boosted travel movement speed. He's able to easily close the gap. Stay on top of the Bloodseeker. It's going to be another one here for OG.
My blade
Look
has
at it
tasted
go as
better.
Thompson even tips no tail. Those cast bounces. Oh my god. Picture perfect. I mean, I feel like it was just outfighting them there, chasing and Viver too.
He's trying to defend this, but he's down. Another
Radiant's
kill for
bottom
Mid-one.
tower is under attack.
As yeah, Mid-one's really doing it here with what could not really be described as anything less than some sort of like mega Chad build, where there's Midas spots, Maelstrom Aghanims. I mean,
and Aghanim Shard.
You don't get more impressive than this. You know, he has no fear against their lineup.
Radiant's
He's just
middle
ready
tower
to
is
start
under
killing
attack.
people, and he is. He really
Radiant
is 6-1 of 7.
structures are fortified.
I cannot believe how much he's owning it. I mean, all right, well, Pub's ruined. Enjoy mine.
Oh, and here we go next. The Swift Blink. We saw him
Radiant's middle
fix this
tower
into his
has
build
fallen.
when he did the Mage Slayer Axe build the other day. And I mean, Swift Blink's amazing. Did of course when some of the new Blinks came out, it was pretty much the weakest, right? But the recent buffs have just made this a very appealing item to get on these Agi characters.
Especially on Juggernaut. You blink and then you Swift Flash with the bonus damage and bonus attack speed, then you're going to strike. Pretty cool. As Mid, fight's kicking off.
Yeah.
And we'll get the reset with Surge. No-Tail's going to pay the price.
Oh, and Sax is out. Giving a bit of safety for Sax to TP away. He can lose No-Tail. Can he get out of here? The chase is going to be on.
To 33 down, illusions.
Thompson, he's ready to sneak back in and look to kill 33. 33 pops the Ghost Step to the Siphon, keeping him alive a little bit. Silence down onto Thompson. They've got the follow-up stun. Can they keep 33 safe and out of here? They can. 33's away. Meteor Hammer comes crashing down onto Thompson, but there's the wraparound for mid-one. Comes in with the swish slash to get the kill and to maybe get out of there. No, he wants to stick around. Saxa, he's let back in. Here comes the Omni Slash with the big one as well. 9, he tried to throw a Remnant out, but he's low on mana. Phantom's Embrace there in time onto mid-one. 9 will be okay. Turns will slide if this change onto the 2 of them. Butter and 9 still rather low. They've got to stick away from mid-one. Another slash shot. Butter puts the ghost out of mid-one's got the chase with the Blade Fury. Has the magical damage to kill him off. 9, Remnant still prepared off to the side. He'll make it away. But it's looking a little scary for Tundra here. They're down 3k, and they're just having to run the hell away from this Juggernaut anytime they see him, as mid-one's ready to chase down and kill them all.
That was such a weird way that it all kicks off too. I'm seeing 33 running through a wall of illusions, and the skeletons from the Clinks are actually killing him at the same time too. Then Topson full commits, somehow baits them to where mid-one's going. Mid-one gets a wraparound. I mean, this is just constant fighting, as we obviously come to expect from OG, but a little bit of a different kind of style here with mid-one. He's got the Eagles. I mean, he's unbelievably farmed.
So farmed, yeah. 24 minutes in with this amount of farm.
Level 21 as well too. I mean, they're trying to match him. He's actually doing a good job, 7, 1, and 9, but he's still getting out farmed. They're looking for a fight now though, with Exorcism back up. Fiber.
They want to catch mid-one somehow, but it's so hard. Silence.
Radiant's
Can they lock him down long enough to finish? He's trying to run mid-one. Can they kill him off? They can. They will get him. They may lose a lot of heroes for this. The skeletons are out. They've got to keep themselves to the side of it. They've lost 2 cores for this attempt on mid-one. They're going to lose a third. 33 cannot escape as they throw everything onto killing off this Juggernaut. But it cost them 3 cores to just kill mid-one.
Topson just holds his ground and just right-clicks, pops the strafe, puts down the skeletons all over the place too. And yeah, like we said, committing everything in order to kill him off, and now they're going to lose more.
He's ready to look for more. Fiver's trying to hold back Topson with the combo. Topson's not going to get too much at all. Paralyzing Cask is out. The bouncers are there. Back over towards Fiver. Trying to sneak out of it with the Spike Carapace, but he's going to tick out to this Maledict.
My mission.
My God. The No-Tail's Casks, there's like 40 creeps there and it bounces to him. I mean, lots of time now where OG gets to push in the lanes, pick and choose. They get to see that there's a DD top. Jugs respawning in 20.
Tower is
they
under
can
attack.
probably threaten the Roche. Exorcism's going to be down for a long time. Jug or Topson can pick this one up. It's going to be Topson.
Yeah, Topson's
Yeah, they
going
can
to
do
start it. I don't know if there's going to be any way that Tundra get over here.
And now we have 100% uptime for a death pack for Topson. This is the level 18.
Radiant are scanning.
Those extra buffs to throw out to his cores.
Your place is here.
Got that mind, just needs to find something to use on. First of all, he wants to head over, have the finish of approach. 9. Could look for a steal. It's pretty low. He's going to jump in. 5. They don't get the Aegis. OG get both. As mid-one's able to pick it up, and now they'll start chasing down Skeeter. He's attempting to get out of there with the BKB, but Saxa's on the chase, keeping the Magnetize going. Skeeter, he's got to run back to base, and he's not even going to make it. The damage from it enough as Saxa chases him down. They attempt to try and push OG out of the pit. Full commitment from 9. It doesn't pay off. As OG ends up taking everything and top. 33 in trouble. At this point, the Ghost Scepter, it just doesn't save him at all. Of course, mid-bomb, he's got that DPS talent on the Blade Fury to help him against such sort of defensive attempts.
And he's got the shard too. I mean, I don't know how that. Just using the movement speed anyway to keep on him. But
Radiant's
I'm
top
watching
tower
Topson.
is under attack.
Dude, these skeletons. I was wondering why I didn't see this hero after he got the death 3 seconds there. Because in Topson's
Radiant's
Rampant,
top tower
dude, he
has
just
fallen.
the single target damage that he's able to provide when he had 4 skeletons or 5 skeletons there. Just
Radiant's
deleted
top
them.
tower
And
is
also,
under attack.
potentially a dumb question, but that's why I'm here.
Set in
Do
stone.
indeed the skeletons apply the Mace
Radiant
Flare buff
structures
onto
are
everyone they're
fortified.
hitting? A debuff? Because if they do, then that's pretty good. You know what I mean?
Because there's, I think they might. Because there's some interactions like Flak and other things don't. But I know that actually might work. I'm gonna watch to see these illusions right now. I've not been keeping track of that one.
No, they're done. They're done.
Okay. I was gonna say that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they did, that would be pretty insane.
Because it seems like it's only the tougher ones that do. Like it counts as like an orb, I guess, in a way, where Flak doesn't work, but Drow multi-shot does. But Our Drow split
Wait,
shot.
I was gonna say Drow multi-shot doesn't, does it?
You know,
that would be pretty wild.
Split shot, the Aghanim.
The Aghanims, yeah.
There's like, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's having to pop his BKB here. And he's gonna look to try and turn towards Staxter. Staxter has been ruptured. Rise down, Staxter. He should drop here.
Rises must
Get Staxter, can they get anything more though? Most of OG grouped up pretty tightly, ready for Tundra to try and
Radiant's
make an
bottom
attempt on
tower
them.
is under
Ask is
attack.
out, Thompson chasing it, goes down, right one to the three of them. Mid one's there, but the follow-up Blade Fury is 9. He's just getting torn apart, has to run out to the side. But will keep him up the right, quickly from a cage, squish slash from mid one comes out. On
Radiant's middle
Here's the
tower
Omni slash up
is
to
under
33.
attack.
The Ghost Scepter protecting him completely though from that ult, so 33 will live.
Decent little reset, at least, from not dying to mid one. That Omni slash whiffing, but still. See the power
Radiant's
of OG.
middle tower
As soon as
has
that Emperor's
fallen.
BKB is going down, they full commit.
Nine forward here to try and defend this. 9. They might just be getting switches. He's up 9 scores. He's got no buyback. Down for 70. 33's trying to hold off to the side for Skeeter. But the BKB gets in onto tops. Taking down 1. Can they look for anything else? Mid one just beating into 33, forcing him to try and escape. Mid one is still good to go. Popping the Blade Fury, just taking down Skeeter. This damage far too much. The Blade Fury DPS and that Iron
Radiant's
Shell
middle
just
tower
kicking out
is under
too much
attack.
damage for Skeeter to deal with.
And this, I mean, Juggernaut just looking like such a good hero with all these little upgrades that he's gotten. Now Blade Flurry is, I mean, just your spin is so relevant with this build. We're seeing Maelstrom almost every game with this shard. And this one, I feel like we're really seeing a display of how much power it can provide in the fight.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Doesn't matter if you're Ghost Scepter, you're just getting so much damage beat onto you as OG
Radiant's middle barracks are under
rallied
attack.
around with this Darkseer who's just buffing up his Jug.
There we go, the Swift Link.
With the speed.
Yeah, Swift Link into the Swift Slash. And if the damage ain't done by that initial burst, with
Radiant's
the
middle
Aghanim Shard
barracks are
ability,
under attack.
that's with the Aghanim's ability, then the follow-up's always going to be there with the Blade Fury and that movement speed to allow you to easily stay on the target. You cannot
Radiant's
run away
middle
from this Jug.
barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks
again.
are under attack.
He goes. 9. See if he can turn. He's still don't quite catch on to Mid one. No, Mid one, he's ready to just run back in. Both spellbound, but Blade Fury is available. Vacuum onto the two of them. Farthest down.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
He's
attack.
back in the game. OG, they got what they came for. The mid racks. Mid melee racks have been taken away. We'll see what sort of fun.
They're going to keep going.
Radiant's middle barracks
Mid one's going to
has
have
fallen.
Omni Slash back up in 5 seconds as well.
The next label play.
Thompson just chilling on the high ground. He knows
Radiant's
that
top tower
they
has
can't really
fallen.
go on him. They're going to try 5-man smoke.
He has an arcane. He's just dropping skeletons. And right now there's 6 skeletons in this area for them to fight into. And there's gonna be more.
It's a very dangerous
I'll take that
defense.
as tribute.
They're going to have to attempt here, Tundra.
Radiant's top
8
barracks
skeletons.
has
Now he's gonna
fallen.
have 9 as soon as, or 10 skeletons
Radiant's
as soon
top
as he leaves this
barracks
invis.
are under
He's
attack.
walking into
Either.
this. Really tough.
They're going to try and wrap around. They're opening it up to
Radiant's top
Staxter. Pretty tanky, backing down onto 3 of them. They've managed to get Staxter. So one more they can get. Skeeter heading over one step. Bottom step. On the air, they'll keep himself alive with the yours. 33 does go down. High back straight away. Skeeter will be able to pick up Step. They've taken out 2. Still on the hotel. They'll find another. They are managing to hold the defense here, Tundra. With 3 kills.
The
Thompson.
skeletons.
I was trying to run, but it's too much damage. Mid one's in as well. 33 with the Ghost Scepter will live. Skeeter TPing out. He cannot afford to run through
Dire's
this
bottom
army of
tower
skeletons
is under
sitting there on the
attack.
high ground.
Like, 9 had this, I mean, I've seen it multiple times now, but he gets hit once and his damage is completely negated because of that Mage Slayer. But in this last fight, he actually just pretty much died to Thompson's skeleton.
Dire's bottom tower
Remnanted
has
through,
fallen.
slided to dodge a little bit of it, and then Thompson just made another set and almost killed him with it. Thompson. Getting a little bit too aggressive there. And now, I mean, his death though on top
Full
now.
death.
Oh jeez. Look at how cocky he's playing.
I mean, so yeah, she's thrown it in underneath the noses of 4 of them with no backup behind him at all. Only a Manta to rely on. So how strong he feels right now, Thompson. Oh, Farder didn't even get the chance there to pop the Ghost Scepter. He died that quickly. The skeleton's up the cliff.
I I'm honestly back to being like, why did people stop picking the Clinks after this first got added? Because it was so popular the first week.
Thompson having a poke at 9 here. 9.
Radiant are scanning.
Not able to find him.
Radiant's
though, and
bottom
more members of
tower
OG are
is
coming over
under
there. 9's
attack.
got to be careful.
Boy, look at it go.
They're going down. Skeeter might be forced to put the BKB. No, he's got the movement speed to make it away from that combo. Thompson's trying to chase, but Skeeter is away.
I mean, at this point now, they're so far ahead. It looks like they're just like they're kind of goofing a little bit, goofing on them a bit, and there's nothing that
Radiant's
Tundra can really
bottom
do to
tower
punish it.
has fallen.
I mean, look at mid one's build. He's got a moon shard on top after it, and I think that's what Mjolnir now afterwards going to be finished, so just straight attack speed.
Oh,
They do get the
Radiant's
rupture onto
bottom tower
Thompson.
is under attack.
so hard to chase this though. They don't know what they're walking into.
Okay, the maximum attack speed build is online now for mid one. 0.28 second.
These swish slashes are going to have sort of as many attacks in as sort of your average Jug's Omni slash with sort of how high his attack speed is.
If he's solar crested as well after the Swift
See
Blade,
what he can find. I mean, look at him go. He's just zipping in, zipping out. They can't do anything to contain him. The soul mind is down on Thompson and Saxton. Going to try and commit with the BKBs. Here's 9. Both him and Skeeter are trying to bring down Saxton, but the restoration and the healing ward just keeping him alive. Mibble jumps over the back. He was one of the 4. Mibble coming in with the first slash. I think we popping a TP there in the midst of it all. Mibble. As 33, he'll try and escape. He will manage to do so, but that's 9
structures
down.
are fortified.
No buyback on him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Thompson just accepting this huge burst of opening, and Thompson does go down. They're heading over towards the fountain now.
Radiant's turret
As
has been
33 is
killed.
dead, Buyback also dying outside of the fountain. Now he's coming to the power. He's dragging them out. Bonner's going to be dragged out by the vacuum. Skeeter is running in. But now he himself in a bit of a spot of bolo. Spiver will help out with the impale. Into the hammer, no doubt diving in. Picks up a ghost scepter and he's fine. As OG. Okay, Skeeter gets him. I mean, they're
Radiant's
looking for some
bottom tower
objectives
has
here.
fallen.
Is it really the time to start fountain diving? I mean, they are
Radiant's
26k
bottom
up
barracks
there.
are
It's
under
OG.
attack.
They're going to look for those opportunities to beat them right back
Radiant's bottom
into the
barracks
base.
has fallen.
And over to the mid. There we go. 10 times to Skeeter. Remember this BKB, he's got to run.
Radiant's bottom
We'll make it out of there.
barracks
OG,
has
they're
fallen.
finished off the bottom set
Now
racks.
has mega creeps.
And they'll just call
Ball
it.
now.
They'll call it. They don't want to mess around with this one anymore. Tundra as OG will take the game 1 at this best of 3.
OG
I mean,
victory.
with a very farm-centric build on the Jug, still able to just bring the fight to them every single, right from that. I want to say like even from the 15-minute fight, even they were kind of winning some of them, which is a huge problem.